Ken and Jen. So there is a lot of smoke. Don't know if there's fire. I personally think there's sort of two or three things might be happening. And one of them, I think, is a little bit of a look over here instead of looking here kind of thing, which we'll get to in a minute.
We'll get to that because I heard that too.
Yeah. So first of all, so he apparently moved out of the house. Secretly, the house is supposed to be for sale. He was seen without his wedding ring, but yet they've been at events together. Apparently at the kids' graduation, all they did was air kiss. They arrived separately. They left separately. Okay, now I do know a lot of, not actors, but more directors and actors, and especially someone like Ben who's directing himself and is an Academy Award winner. Very often they are very complicated to live with during the process. They can't have distraction. And he would not be the first one I've heard of that literally does not live at home while they're shooting.
Is he shooting a movie now?
He is shooting a movie now, or just wrapped a movie. So it could be there could be a lot of that. And during a Kevin Hart interview, this just was all over the place, which he shot which he taped months ago. He talked about how hard her level of fame is for him.
He did, yeah.
He was very open about it, and that was taped a couple months ago. He has also very openly said he does not like the cameras in her face all the time. He has openly said, she lives for this stuff.
Although lately she seems to be getting annoyed with everywhere she goes.
Exactly, but she self-financed a documentary about the two of them. He was not thrilled, but he did it because it's his partner. And so clearly there's been a little bit of rub, but then just this morning I saw that he was seen leaving the marital home last night. So
like at 1 a.m. or at like 4 p.m.?
Well, it was dark. I did not,
Okay.
you know what?
These are important
These are
facts,
important things. I just read that it didn't say the time. It just said he didn't stay over.
Okay.
But that means nothing.
That means nothing.
As far as I'm concerned.
I'm trying to make it mean something in real time. But
and you and I have discussed this. There's a second school of thought, which is the documentary did not do well. Her last movie bombed, and the record did not do well, and the ticket sales are abysmal.
The tour is canceled.
Well, she now had the excuse of canceling the tour because she needs to focus on family. Correct. So people are saying that's the look over here. So no one's going to see that her last however many projects have been like people are over her. So they're focusing on this, and he's taking one for the team.
Yeah, and that is now mind you, when she started dating him again, we all thought the same thing. Remember when she just broke up with A-Rod and we're like, this is a publicity stunt because A-Rod treated you like this, and God forbid Jennifer gets dumped or whatever, gets cheated on, which was with one of them was Madison LaCroix from Southern Charm, but that's a whole
that's a different,
right.
I mean, that's old news.
Right, that's old news. I think it's an interesting concept, right? Like, I see it both ways. Like, first of all, you knew what you were signing up for if you're Ben. Like, this is, and he was very complimentary to say, like, she means so much to so many people, and I get it. But,
and by the way, he'd already been through this once before with her.
Yeah.
So he did not come in, gee, I can't believe this is happening. And they flaunted their relationship on the red carpet when they first got back together.
It's like when we're talking about Kyle and Morgan and they're at Chateau Marmont and they're at Craig's. It's like you want to be seen.
Right.
Period. I agree. So I don't know. I'm so conflicted with this because you look at the body language and you're like, this is over.
Right.
Like, he seems so just, look, it has to be hard to live with that level of fame, right?
Yeah. But he's a huge A-list movie star, but it's different. It's a different type of fame.
he might have to call up Travis Kelce and maybe give some advice for this is what your future looks like, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think Travis enjoys it. There's a big difference.
I think Travis enjoys it.
Well, he was just on stage with her, so clearly he's enjoying it. And they went Instagram official and the whole thing. So they're both deep in this, but we'll get back to that.
You know, the thing is, though, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. It is working, right? Are we talking about the canceled tour that the tickets didn't sell? Are we talking about, I mean, J-Lo flopped. It was a lot of professional flops. We're not talking about it anymore. So I think there is a hint to that could be true. My whole thing is like, you will now be followed by the paparazzi single as well for a really long time, right?
Right.
He's now one of those. Like Lindsay Lohan, we'll put him in that where we've made
Oh, he
him
is
this.
way.
But you know
But,
what I
but
mean?
he was
But I
followed
mean, like,
before her.
Yeah.
They were always getting him and the kids, and Jennifer Gardner and the kids. So, but again, it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
I really hope that it works out. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and there's all those reports that she said, I don't want to be Madonna and I don't want to be 65 and alone because of my job. I just think like this is the job of being a superstar. It's not that you can't have both.
Yes.
It's just a different level.
But also, she's one of those women, and if you look at her romantic history, she loves being in love.
Yeah.
And when she's in love, she's willing to get married.
I never.
Well, Elizabeth Taylor always, what was her famous line? If I love them enough to sleep with them, I must love them enough to marry them.
It's so foreign to me. I'm the opposite. I say don't get married. I know you're engaged and
Yes.
it's going to be great and it's
Look
going
at
to be
you, it's going to be
wonderful.
fine. But it took me 22 years
Yes.
to get here.
You did not rush into it.
No, and I didn't have a bunch of marriages along the way.
Correct.
But she is one of those women who loves being in love. She really is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But when you're Jennifer Lopez, this is the price you pay.
If this doesn't work, where do you go from here? Like you've had so many public failures, which again is not her fault, but like, right? Like how can you be in love again after this? Like this was her love.
Right. But
I hope
the
it
other thing
works.
I also feel like is the wedding was so extravagant. I almost feel like in a weird way that should comes back to bite you in the ass. You
It's
know,
like,
it's your 20th fucking wedding or whatever. He would be her 4th or 5th husband.
Just do it quietly.
Play it low and then have a big party.
Yeah.
And they think they tried to do that when they went to Vegas, but then they posted the whole thing.
Did you see her? Where was it? She just arrived. Or was it the Cannes Film Fest?
No,
Somewhere.
there's
She arrived
something-
on that boat. Was it Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week?
It's Paris Fashion Week, but then she's also been spotted now in Italy.
But like arriving on that boat and someone's playing the J-Lo music. I don't know if it's the doc or her, but like that is not someone who's upset with all